Hi, my name is Alfredo Dennis Baptiste, and I'm presently pursuing a master's degree in family and marriage counseling from a human service perspective. And I'm engaged presently in a presentation for a project in interpersonal communication skills. In this presentation, I will consider the following areas: an introduction of myself, my overarching goals, background influences, potential barriers in communications, internal and external noises that affect me personally, and finally, I will share on how these goals can be achieved. I was born on a small island in the Caribbean named St. Martin, which is part of what is referred to as the Dutch Antilles. The island is a very unique one in that it occupies two nations, the French and the Dutch. This situation is referred to as something special for us natives living on the island. I am the last of 10 children, and I'm married for over 19 years to my wife Elincia, and we have 3 beautiful daughters. Professionally, I'm a pastor serving in the Methodist Church of the Caribbean and the Americas, and I'm also a part-time teacher. My overarching goals from this course: to communicate with others in a way that empowers and encourages others to want to communicate effectively by employing 1 Corinthians 13, the chapter on love. And that, for me, will be my guiding principle in this communication process. This will encourage me towards consistency in being an active listener while developing positive communication values like compassion, empathy, honesty, openness, and flexibility. I can vividly recall the words of my professor during my undergraduate program when he stated that we are always in the process of becoming. And this is how I would like to view my goals for this program, that I am in the process of becoming an effective communication skills individual. With this overarching goal in mind, I would be able to enlarge my conversation, enlarging or expanding the conversation, or EMC, is an equation which is as a result of one identified needs plus intentional resourcing. For example, if one has a weak area in one's communication skills, like interrupting others when one is speaking, or when the other is speaking, then that is a need that needs correction, and then I must find the solution to correct that need. That then equals the enlarging of the conversation. Influences in my personal background that would have led to my behavior. All human beings have a story, and a large part of their story has been influenced by their personality and other character traits, with the exception of those traits that are biological in nature. John Stewart, in his book Bridges Without Walls, tells us that our identity takes its shape from various influences that we are normally exposed to. I grew up in a very large family, as I said before, with 10 children, with 10 siblings, and of which I am the last. We are told that children develop certain characteristics depending on what order they fall within the family. Male Menzies, in her online article, Ensign Articles, talks about the last child issues or the youngest child issues. And she states that the young child, in most cases, have issues relating to being self-centered and also being highly dependent. M. Carbonell, in his book How to Resolve the People Puzzle, Understanding Personalities, has helped me to understand my personality type or personality blend. He would associate my personality to that of the IS or SI behavioral blend, which entails 1. I'm a people-oriented person rather than task-oriented. I prefer healthy environments rather than antagonistic ones. I spend too much time relating to others when I should be tackling issues. He considers me to be a great follower because of the need to impress and please others. But he also warns that this personality type must be guarded very carefully, in that oftentimes we desire to be liked by all and being a friend to everyone. Potential bias in my personality context. I'm just going to list only a few of these potential barriers. Firstly, there is the emotional barrier. The emotional barrier arises when difficult issues evoke unhealthy emotions like fear, mistrust, and anger. Such barriers prevent us from divulging valuable information and being open and honest about our feelings. Peterson states that these emotions can cripple us and cause us to reflect major decisions that we would have made based on the unhealthy emotions that we are experiencing. And for him, the solution is that we should seek to first identify these unhealthy emotions and then seek to share those emotions openly and honestly with someone who has the ability to offer good and sound help. There are a number of other barriers as well, and to name a few, there are the perceptual barrier. There's also the need to win barrier, which all can impede the way we communicate effectively with others. Number 5, internal and external noise pollution. Kimberly Dyke, in an online review, broadly defined noise pollution as something that prevents a receiver from hearing correctly, completely, and understanding a message perfectly. These pollutions or disturbances prevent persons from giving their undivided attention and grasping what the talker is saying. Noise pollutions are grouped in 2 areas, the internal area and the external area. The external area takes in areas like traffic, children playing, and loud music, while the internal areas look at areas such as physical illness, stress, prejudices, personal biases, and even tiredness. How do we resolve these issues? Noise pollution. We are told by Dyke that we should ensure that the internal noises receive proper care and treatment from one who is a professional, one who is skilled, who has the ability to help us to control these internal noise pollutions. As I close, my action plan for my overarching goal would be, first, for someone like me who struggles with being assertive, to understand clearly what Peterson encourages, that one must seek to note that when we share information that would not be considered hurtful or harmful, it gives us the strength to be open and to be more assertive. Lastly, from my general perspective, Peterson has helped me to hear what is not always said or expressed in words, and to go beyond the surface of the conversation. In my mind, it seems that the underlying tones speak equally as loud and sometimes even louder than words themselves. Therefore, in order for me to realize my overarching goals, I must be willing to admit my mistakes and to look at mixed intentions and to seek to contribute in that area that is problematic. I must be very clear on the issues that will make me make mistakes, but when this happens, I must address them personally, recognizing that these issues will help me to become more balanced when they are addressed. I thank you for listening.